Welcome to Part B of Module 2, Holding a Family Meeting. So just as a reminder, we are going to start here on how to handle a family member that isn't on board. And we are in the first step, which is hold a family meeting. All right, so I gave a little bit of an introduction to a C.A.V.E person in the first video, but I want to talk to you about the experience that I had with my oldest when she didn't want to join us in this. I really had to use a little bit of love and logic to get her involved. So my daughter loves to cook, loves to bake, and is constantly in my kitchen cooking and baking and making her messes. And she's not very good at cleaning them up. And so I asked her whenever she was pushing back and not wanting to do this, I said, well, don't you like to cook and bake in the kitchen? And she said, yeah, I love to do that. And I said, well, as someone who uses the kitchen a lot, don't you think you should have say on how things are put away and organized? And she just looked at me and she was like, yeah, but I don't want to do this as a family. I will go in there and do it myself. And I said, well, that's not an option. So you're going to either have to help out or you won't be able to use the kitchen. And she looked at me and she's like, what? And I said, yeah, only the kids that are going to help us clean and organize are going to be the ones that are going to have the privileges to use the kitchen. And she was like, I guess I can help. And so right now in that very moment, she was not 100% on board, but she was willing to help out because she didn't want to lose her kitchen privileges. So you may have to start out with that just to get them willing to do the work. Now you can't stop there because they have to be willing. And so I did rack my brain on how to get her involved later. And I talked to my friend Julie that I mentioned before, and she really gave me the idea of, well, why don't you play on her strengths? And my daughter also loves to do some organization, and she loves to do the writing of labels and doing things like that. And so I got her involved by having her go to the store with me to pick out the baskets. And then I had to order more things later, but she got all excited and was helping me pick out the baskets. And like we were discussing how things could be organized in this type of basket and that basket. So just figure out what the strength is of that child or that person that is being a C.A.V.E person and see how you can get them involved. It may not be the organization piece. It may be that they're great at being a leader. And so you might be able to play on that, their personality type, and be like, hey, it would mean a lot to me if you could help me out by doing this. And sometimes just saying, I need your help will get people involved. So you're going to have to figure out your C.A.V.E person yourself. I can't help you do that exactly, but you'll know that person better than what I would. And you'll be able to figure out how can I help get them involved in this. So that is what I did with my daughter. And it worked out perfectly. And she helped us clean and helped us organize. And she even went on to do some other stuff herself. So in this next piece, I have a game I want to teach you how to do with your kids to help get them involved. And I know we're not quite to the 5-minute mark, but this game will go longer than the 5 minutes. So I'm going to cut us off here, and I will see you on part C in our module here.